This is tutorial number 163, and it covers how to use the Surface Push Select Body feature within SOLIDWORKS. To start off, open up tutorial part number 163, which is located on the DVD. Now in the prior tutorials, what I've covered with the Surface Push is that you have a body selected through the drop-down menu, and you use that body to create a deform. Now in this tutorial, what I'm going to do is you're also able to select a body that's created outside of the whole menu and use that body to deform your feature. So what we're going to be doing is using this body up here that I've already created beforehand, and we're going to use this to push into the surface and create our surface push. So to start off, let's get into the deform feature. So click Insert, click Feature, click Deform, click Surface Push, and from the drop down menu you have the Select Body feature, so click that and then select this body here because we're going to be using this to push into our original object. So click it, and now if you move it around you can see that we have that blue body, that blue kind of like display of the body that we're using to push. So now let's use this push feature. First, let's do one pushing to make that profile like we did before. So let's choose this face, and this face, and we're going to make a profile that goes around somewhat like that. We'll choose this one as our whole body, and for the push and pull direction we'll use that. Now let's move this guy around and just see what we get. And let's pull this straight up. Now if you compare this to the one that we did before, it still has kind of like the same height that we used when we did the sphere, except it tapers off a lot quicker and a lot steeper going down. So let's click OK, and we've got one surface push using that feature at the front there. Now let's delete this one and let's do one on the whole body again. So let's click Insert, Feature, Deform, and let's choose every face on this object here. And then select the body. And for pull direction, let's make it go this way. And let's just flip the direction. And we're going to be using this body again. So let's pull it down and let's move it around. And you can see the push that we're getting through this object. Now, one of the reasons you would use this is in, say, like a sheet metal part, so that you get the correct spacing that you want for that actual object to get into. So in this case, say that this was something like a battery, this little object, and say that we need to push it so that that battery has enough room to get in. So you can see that as we're using this object, we're actually making a cavity that's going to fit for that object. So that's one kind of application, that using the selected body that you choose, you're actually able to create an indent that your original body would be able to fit in after. So you're able to, kind of like tweak it and just play around with it to get exactly what you want. But that's kind of one of the ideas of having the surface push when you select a body, is that you're able to push that body out, and then later on, if you have an assembly or whatnot, you can actually put that body into that cavity. So it looks like we kind of got that cavity. It's not all the way down as far as we want, but if you look at the top, the view, it looks like it would fit in there. So let's click OK, and now we have that cavity. So if that body in an assembly we wanted to put in, you just drop it down. And then after, when you finish creating your surface push with that body, all you have to do is just hide it, and you don't have to see it in the assembly anymore, or sorry, in the part. And that concludes our tutorial on how to use the Surface Push Selected Body feature within SOLIDWORKS.